Hey, never mind the extended countdown. That's none of your business. Anyways, welcome. We are here again. No Cooldown Podcast, episode 39. Damn, we got 39, but no clues in this hole, bro. We know exactly what we're doing. We don't even need no damn clues, man. We know for a fact that it's one of the best damn podcasts out here. We're back again for another episode this week. I am ThatManTripp, and of course, I'm joined by my podcast host with the most, WenEazy. How you doing, dog?
I'm doing pretty well, man. I'm doing pretty well. Cannot complain.
Yeah, man. It's been a better week. It's been a better week, at least in terms of gaming news, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Like, there's been a lot of stuff going up and down and crazy. I've actually, you know what? I picked the worst time to like decide to not react to nothing because literally everything has come out this week. Every damn thing has come out this week. But you know what? It's fine. I'm on my path of change, and I'm on my actual path to slow down. The dead ass though, I haven't uploaded anything on YouTube in 2 weeks. It's been 2 weeks since I uploaded a YouTube video. I am on like step possibly 2 of 12 on my road to recovery. I'm trying to get my stuff together, but it's all good though, man. How you feel about what's going on this week?
It definitely, how do I put this? Y'all could have just like spread this out a little bit. That's kind of how I feel. I just feel like there's just so much news. I covered as much as I could because like I got a job. So I just wish that there was a little bit like, can I get a little bit of breathing room? You know, like last week we barely had anything to talk about. Now this week there's so much to talk about. Y'all couldn't have separated into 2 weeks at least, you know?
Nah, dead ass though. I ain't gonna lie to you. Like this was like last week, it was dead ass like one thing maybe. But now we had something on Tuesdays, like 2 things on Tuesday, 1 thing on Wednesday, Thursday, Friday was already, Thursday today was packed. There's still news that's going on. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. But you know what? Damn, we gonna get through as much as humanly possible in this sense, you know what I'm saying, cover hopefully all the stuff that matters, you know what I'm saying, maybe a couple warm-up topics, but you know, it is what it is. But before we get into all that, make sure you guys rate it 5 stars, man. You already know what time it is, man. Go rate this 5 stars. Go tell your mother to go rate this 5 stars. If you got a grandmother look like Coco, go tell her, go play the guitar one time and go tell her to rate that 5 stars, bro. We trying to get them ratings up, man. We trying to get out there, you know what I'm saying, get boosted to the rest of the audience that are on audio listening platforms. So go rate us 5 stars on Spotify. Go rate us 5 stars on Apple Podcasts. Go check us out on Anchor, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, and more. And yeah, man, we gonna get into it. So we got some warm-up topics, some main stories. When is you ready?
Born ready.
Let's get into it, man. So first and foremost, just a quick one. Sims is actually going free to play. Sims is actually announced that it'll be going free to play starting October 18th. It seems that they've done enough expansion packs on top of regular base games. So EA is decided to open it up to the public, man, to really open it up. So how you feel about this?
I felt like this was like bound to happen. I'm just surprised it kind of took them this long. I remember there was a sale for Sims 4. It was like $5 on EA Origin. And that's when I was like, they might as well just release the base game for free and charge for the expansions. Because as most Sims fans will tell you, they basically gut the game and sell you expansions anyways. So it's like, oh no, I like at least give us something for free, you know, make me want to spend money on this game, because I'm not gonna spend $60 and then spend 40 just so it can snow. Like that's OD.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy. I ain't gonna lie. I seen this. I'm like, it kind of hit me that it never has been free to play before. So I'm like, oh, I just now doing this. I feel like I feel like in my head it was already a thing, so to speak. But again, you just let us in for free, upsell people on the expansion packs, which y'all do like 18 million every season, and y'all look good, bro. Like there's not much wrong the Sims can do necessarily. You know what I'm saying? Like you already got, you know what I'm saying, good people like Mira and them. You're making sure y'all acting right. So it's not much else y'all can really put a foot wrong for. Just make sure y'all keep listening out, and y'all be straight. Y'all be straight. All right then. Moving on to some, I mean, yeah, this is sad news in general, man. I don't want games to close, but damn, bruh, this was tough. Souls-like action RPG Babylon's Fall has officially announced that it will cancel service at the end of the game's lifespan on February 27th, 2023. So they actually planned a second phase of expansions, but that's been canceled as the game is being prepared to be sunset. So thoughts on Babylon's Fall? Actually,
I was actually interested in this game, and then I heard the reviews and what people were saying, and I was like, okay, so I'm gonna skip this one. And it's kind of sad because I love Platinum games. They have made some crazy bangers in their time, but like when I heard about this game, I was like, they're kind of going in a direction I don't really like them. And I was like, I don't really know if this game is gonna work. And then it did it, and I was like, okay, I was right. Sad to see it happen, but I honestly don't know how many people are actually really upset about this, because I don't know how many people are actually even still playing this game.
See, and if I'm not mistaken, they chose to kind of opt for this game. Square Enix, they were like, yeah, we want to opt for these a lot more live service games instead of like some of the other things. So they were trying to prioritize this, and they got shot square in the foot right here. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't want this to be any like, you know, like slap in the face or anything to them, but I'm gonna be real. Like, if you want to, you got to kind of, you know what I'm saying, do something that people really want to see. You know what I'm saying? Just forcing the live service button. Now, it's not really going to be the best option for some people. Some people just would rather prefer you drop the, you know, the insular single player experiences. And, you know, that works, bro. That works. And Square Enix got plenty of stuff to actually work with. They'll be fine. But like, nigga, nobody cared about Babylon's Fall. I promise you, nobody cared. You be all right. But this one was a miss. This one was definitely an L of the year.
Yeah, for sure. I just hope that Bayonetta 3 does really well, because I believe that's also made by Platinum Games, to show them like, yo, people still want that kind of a game, you know?
Facts. Facts. Like literally, bro. Y'all can still tap into this genre and still like make hella numbers, bro. And I think that's gonna be the case, definitely, in comparison to what they were Babylon's Fall numbers and Bayonetta 3 numbers. I definitely think there's gonna be a huge discrepancy there, and people are like, oh shit, they still wanted this, so let's kind of lock back in. So yeah,
for sure.
100%, man. On to the last one. I wanted to leave this here just to keep it a little bit quick, but notable instigator of incriminating information online, DJ Vlad took to Twitter this week to tell people that most gamers are depressed people, and playing games for long periods of time equals depression. So I mean, how would you feel about this one, man? I know I wanted to touch on it just for a little bit, man. You know I like these bullshit.
I saw this and I was like, he's out of line, but he might be right. But that's beside the point. I do struggle with depression and shit, and I do be playing games when I'm depressed. You got me there, but I am not the example of all gamers. There are some times where I was not depressed, and I was like, let me get on this Metal Gear Solid 3. Let me go play some Mass Effect. Like there's some peak moments in life where I was like, whoa, that's crazy. But like, yeah, no, I don't know. I don't even think this dude DJs. So like, I don't even know how credible is this source really.
In fact, nah, you're not wrong, bro. But he was just saying like, yeah, he's like, yo, people's best moments in life have nothing to do with gaming. But I'm like, yo, some people's, they actually do. That's a very generalizing statement, bro. Because people have won bread. People have won bread off of gaming tournaments. People have become like millionaires off of gaming content. You know what I'm saying? People have actually met like, you know, their partners, you know what I'm saying? Their best friends, friend groups off of that. And the first meetup is probably one of the best moments in their life. Like just this couple months ago, nigga, I went to something off of gaming. I went to an event based off of what I did in terms of gaming, and I met people around me. And that's one of the best things I've had in my life recently. I can tell you that for the bare minimum. Like, yeah. Listen, bro, I'm not giving information of my personal life to a dude that be getting that on the regular from people and they get indicted like 3 weeks later. I'm not doing it, bro. I'm not doing it. I'm sorry. Just know that you're wrong and it's okay. It's all right. So in some of that generalizing statement, yeah, some people use to probably take their mind off of the, you know, off of maybe possibly depression and stuff like that. But none of your business, bro. Like, who cares? Who really cares, bro? It's okay. It's okay. People can do whatever they feel. You just gotta mind your business, dog. Just gotta mind your business. And you'll be okay. I promise. I promise. No, not getting information from people and not understanding, you know, more about other random people's lives will not kill you.
Yeah, like, I'm not gonna sit here and say that like their video game moments were like top 20 best moments in my life, but you throw me back to like 2013, 14, Metro 24/7, 1200 tickets, bro, all weapons, 90 hertz, bro. That's a good ass time, bro. That was a peak moment in time where I was just like, let me have let's shoot crazy.
I'm telling you, bro. It's like I feel like I think people still look at gaming as very reductive. Gaming has a long way to go to kind of really change the stereotype in the sense, because there's still going to be people in that medium that, again, just game casually and just game to have fun, because that's really the main point of it at the end of the day for all this stuff. But there's just still that stigma that people have to understand that it's just not the case. You know what I'm saying? They think it's reductive. They think, oh, you only get this little bit of joy off of it from this thing. Like, I've known people for literally a decade now. Actually past a decade, almost 11 years, and like some of like the coolest people I've ever met from online. Like I can pinpoint you the moment I met them dudes, and like it's not necessarily a specifically gaming moment, but some of the best people I've known and some of the coolest relationships I've had in terms of friends or whatever, like they've come from a gaming background. They come from a gaming basis. Like one of my people in real life, I know we're cool now. We're boys. Like we're dead as like best homies because of Kingdom Hearts. Because I literally like I was trying to play FIFA. And then he was like, yo, bro, who was that on the cover right there? Your PlayStation cover. Is that Aqua? Aqua, nigga. And then from that moment, we was boys. You know what I'm saying? So to say gaming is just like, you know, I feel like to pass gaming off as something that's reductive and like, oh, it's only set for like a bottom of the barrel. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're at your lowest as a human, stuff like that type of write-off, I don't like. But again, mind your damn business, nigga. That's all I gotta say.
Thanks.
Mm-hmm. All right, but that's enough of that, man. Got our legs warmed up. Everything's good to go. But let's get into the main stories of this week, starting with the Xbox Tokyo Game Show presentation. I completely forgot Tokyo Game Show was going to be going on all week, and there was a lot of stuff that came through. Xbox came through, and they had Phil Son on you know what I'm saying, pulling up to present some stuff. We had a lot of different, I think these are, most of them were pretty small, but again, pretty notable things that, you know, again, were geared towards the audience at hand, and a lot of different stuff that was, again, just from, you know, a lot of Eastern titles and stuff coming to Xbox Game Pass. We can run through the list of a lot of them. Blaze Brew Cross Tag Battle and GG Strive on Xbox coming spring 2023. Ni no Kuni Remastered and Ni no Kuni 2 that's going to be in the works coming in 2023. But Ni no Kuni Remastered is going to be on Xbox Game Pass right now. Danganronpa version 3 is going to be on Xbox Game Pass right now. There was a Wolong Dev Diary that actually looked really cool. Assassin's Creed Odyssey is now on Xbox Game Pass. Deathloop is now coming to Xbox and PC Game Pass September 20th. And that was that main thing before we get to the big piece of news that we saw. How you feel about all those off of that show?
Guilty Gear, Blaze Blue being on Game Pass, and same thing with Guilty Gear being on Game Pass. Great. Now you have no excuse not to play Guilty Gear with me. I don't want to hear anything about it. Oh, I don't want to play. I don't have the game. Yes, you do. Now you do. Great for the thing. I need them to roll out. For this rollout to actually be significant, I need Guilty Gear to roll out crossplay because it will only significantly boost the player base, creating a better environment for the game. But I can do a whole thing on that, so we don't have time for all that. Danganronpa, my girlfriend is very happy about it. Still don't know what the fuck that game's about, but there's a teddy bear, and I'm sure people be dying and whatnot. I heard it's crazy. I just haven't ever really tried it out. Wulong, also about Wulong, there's actually a demo out now, I think, until the 26th.
Yes.
Or on the 26th, but I think it's before the 26th, so go check that out on your PlayStation or Xbox. The demo's out.
I will be.
AC Odyssey, I guess. Definitely on the Xbox.
Odyssey's a good game. If you haven't played it, you know what I'm saying? I haven't played it all the way through, so I'm actually gonna, if I find time, I'm like maybe beginning of next year. I'm gonna
that
play
much time?
No, but that's why I moved it into the gap like January. Probably like I'll get through the main story in January. Not DLCs, nothing like that. I'll go YouTube the endings, but just that little bit, I'll get through it.
All right. So Tripp is never gonna beat that game. Deathloop being on Xbox Game Pass, my girlfriend is very upset about it because she bought it, still hasn't beat it, and now it's on Game Pass.
That's
she's
tough.
Very pissed.
That's actually very tough.
Hey, you got dope. When you buy your food, eat it before it goes bad, baby. Like that's all there is to it. But it was that's pretty. It's like okay, like seeing this, I was like, all right, not bad. But this is like Tokyo Game Show is a big show, but Xbox is an American company, so like I wasn't expecting them to come out of nowhere with like Master Chief is here, like you know, like it is what it is.
Yeah, it's fair. And on to this last little bit here. Overwatch 2 made an appearance, of course, ahead of its release to show off some new stuff here. And we got a trailer for a new hero in Kiriko, a new support on the roster using kunai and paper bombs / tags in her arsenal. She has a wall climb passive, protection Suzu, which means that teammates become invulnerable on impact and are cleansed of most negative effects, which is one of her abilities. Another ability is kunais, of course, throwables that deal increased critical damage. A healing of Fuda, which is a burst of healing talismans towards targeted allies. Swift Step, which is an ability to teleport directly to an ally, even through walls. And her ultimate is Kitsune Rush, which means she summons a fox spirit to boost movement, attack speeds, and cooldowns of allies that follow its path. Alongside that, and a battle pass battle pass roadmap, so to speak. We had some content roadmap, some unlockables. I think Kiriko is going to be available on the free version of the battle pass at level 55. It's going to be releasing October 4th. Thoughts on what you saw from Overwatch 2?
Everything was cool until I found out she was on the battle pass, and then even then I was still defending them a little bit, and then I found out where on the battle pass she was. I don't like it. I don't like the new character. It is free. It is a free character. And they have confirmed that if you don't get to level 55 on the battle pass, and let's say the season ends, you will still be able to unlock her a specific way, or even maybe buy her with the currency. I think that's kind of whack because of the fact that Overwatch has a very, very big competitive mode. That's what a lot of people play Overwatch on. And to have a healer who essentially looks like somebody who is meta defining, because one of the biggest metas in Overwatch right now is Anna. She's a healer who can do anti-heals. There's nothing currently in the game to cleanse you from getting anti-healed. So once you get anti-healed, you literally will just not heal until the effect is over. Now, this character counterplays that, and that's a big part of Overwatch, is picking characters that counter each other or counter the team's comp. The fact that she's locked behind level 55 is kind of insane, especially thinking like competitively. For example, let's say I only really play Overwatch a few hours a day. I play competitively with my friends. If I don't have her unlocked, I'm kind of assed out. So then I got to put money towards it. Not a big fan of that. I don't mind a battle pass in a video game, especially something like Overwatch that doesn't really have DLC. Like, sure, I'll pay $10 or whatever, or like I'll do the loot boxes, because some of the skins on that battle pass were insane. But I don't like the character being that high on the tier. Like maybe tier 10, sure, that's fine. You can grind it out in a weekend, get to tier 10. But the fact that the battle pass one, with the premium pass, you get bonus XP. So I'm assuming leveling up the battle pass on the free version is going to be a grind. And two, it being so far up the battle pass, people who pay for money for this game are going to end up being way ahead of you. So you're just in a bad spot. I'm not a huge fan of her being on the battle pass and being that high up, but that's just me.
Yeah, I hear you. And I have not much to say because I don't play Overwatch like that. So I don't give a fuck for real. I'm just going to play because it's free to play. But I will say this. They have a very small window to make things work, because just 2 weeks before, literally in a few days, the 21st, right? I was about to say, not freaking Evolution. What's it called? It's Gundam Evolution. I was about to say, I was thinking of that sorry ass movie. I was about to say, Gundam Evolution drops on the 21st, and they looking strong, bro. They're looking very, very strong. They about to come out the gate swinging. You know what I'm saying? Everything I've seen from them was heat. You know what I'm saying? They even got our boy Only Mac on the team. You know what I'm saying? Only Mac out there too. So I don't know.
I'm foaming at the mouth for this game. Like, I want this game it feels like what Overwatch should feel like. And that's crazy for me to say, because Overwatch is coming out in the 4th. Gundam is coming out on the 21st. And I'm way more excited for Gundam than I am for Overwatch.
I'm playing Gundam day one. I know for sure I'm playing Gundam on the first day. Like, I don't care what I'm doing.
Sir.
I'm going to I'm making time to play Gundam specifically. And I don't even play hero shooters like that. So that should tell you something. You know what I'm saying? In the grand scheme of things.
Wednesday.
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? It's quicker than you think. It's much, much faster than you think. And now we're in that sense where it's like it's a war of hero shooters. Like, we were kind of comparing them. You know, how much better can you get with a comparison? It's a 2-week gap between these two games. So we're gonna see what plays out in the end. And these little tweaks, like having something so high up in the battle pass, you know what I'm saying, that's locked behind that wall. You know what I'm saying? That plays a factor into how people receive it. So we're definitely gonna see, man. Overwatch 2, from the aesthetics and stuff like that, it looks pretty cool. You know what I'm saying? I can't knock that. I can't knock that. Got some good skins. You know what I'm saying? The game is looking, you know, pretty decent compared to, you know, the first iteration and stuff like that. It seems like you made enough substantial things to be like, all right, cool. This is a different version. But we'll see when we all get in the game. We'll see when we all get in there.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm excited.
100%. All right. Running on to a smaller piece of news before we get to the next big one here. For the Apex Beast of Prey collection event, we had a whole lot new additions coming, whole new skins, blah blah blah. This, that, and third. You know the usual things with these these collection events. But we have an introduction of a new LTM entitled Gun Run. So it's gonna be 4 squads with weapons that cycle with a kill that every team has. Gonna have a new throwing knife weapon at the end of that mode for the final kill. Basically just gun game from Black Ops. Just in an Apex format, unlimited weapons, ammo, running around certain maps. How do you feel about this inclusion for an LTM?
Gun game looks cool, but I'm not playing Apex until they add these casual modes. And the thing is, like, I like gun game. It's not going to be control. It's definitely not going to be a team deathmatch. So I don't really care that much for it. Like, it's not going to make me re-download this game. It looks interesting, and I like what they're doing. Like, I like that they're stepping out of their zone, but I'm really tired of LTMs. I'm really tired of LTMs, which are the modes that I find the most fun in as a casual player, being limited. Like, I don't want to. Come on now, bro. Let me play something for fun. Let me not have to sweat my life away.
And you know what? I just thought of something as well. There's another game that I feel like does modes much better. And we're going to talk about it down the line and just later in the podcast. But I feel like that's a big thing about how these content offerings over either a free experience or just in general a game, a lot of people are anticipating for a large amount of time. It is a difference between how you approach it. If you're going to have a lot of content, a lot of modes, and you're going to want to keep a lot of people in there, you're going to really want to pack it down and not have LTMs once every like 6 weeks. And they rotate in, rotate out, and they just don't show up, and then you bottleneck people into modes they don't like. We're gonna talk about it in a second, but Apex again, they just need to have permanent modes. We should have had what's the name? Control. We should have had that as a permanent mode from months ago. We should have been had that, and I bet a lot more people would be happy. This is turning into that Fortnite like no build mode situation. You got to kind of put something else in there that more people were looking for, or else you're gonna alienate a lot of the fan base. That, you know what I'm saying, all the sweats are in casuals. All the sweats are in regular lobbies. All the sweats are in ranked lobbies. Where else do we go? Arenas, there's probably still sweat. So it's like you got to create more funnels for more casual audiences. We'll expand on that in a second. But I mean, Gun Run, again, it's gun game from Black Ops. It looks cool to me. I might try it 1 or 2 times. I still got Apex downloaded, but I'm not gonna try it that often because it's only gonna be here for a limited time. So I'm not stressing over it in a sense. But it's cool. It's cool. Yeah. All right. On to the next topic down. We had the Nintendo Direct, sponsored by FarmersOnly.com. So many different games, so many different looks. Happened Tuesday. Again, just pretty much a little bit out of nowhere as well. Starting off, we had Fire Emblem Engage, had a brand new Fire Emblem story launching January 20th, 2023. I mean, I'm not too into Fire Emblem Engage, but it looks really good though.
No, that game looks really good. The only reason I'm not jumping out of my chair excited is because I still have 3 houses and I still got to beat 3 houses, which I literally plan on once I get it back, because I let somebody borrow it and they didn't even beat it. Yeah. Those games are really long. What I'm going to do is literally going to get the game, start a new game, play it on easy, play it on like the most casual mode I possibly can. It's that the game has so much stuff in it. You got relationship building, you got leveling, you got different builds you want to try out. It's such a good game. There's so much in it. I can't wait for the new one, and I might buy the new one and play it, but I need to beat 3 houses because that game was heat. They're all so good,
bro.
Man.
That's what I heard, bro. That's what I heard. And you know, the funniest thing, my boy Tyrone from high school, man, he would be cool off of every other announcement. Be like, oh yeah, that's nice. When you saw Fire Emblem, he would lose his fucking mind. He would lose his mind. And I was like, so I never fully understood why, but then I started to see more and more of it. I'm like, you know what? I might have to actually go back and see what it is, man. I'm not gonna lie. Like, it seems like there's more to it than I've known. But when I get a Switch, I feel like I have all the time in the world to actually do it. So,
if you were to try Fire Emblem now, I would say play 3 houses. But like, if you were to be able to play any of them, I would say play Awakening on the 3DS. It was just the right length, and it gave you all the cool things that we love now in Fire Emblem without it being super expanded on like they are now. Because now I'm over here like setting up people to have different relationships and all this other stuff. Like, I'm doing so much, but in Awakening, it was kind of just like, oh, this is a really good game. Story was nuts. They're all so fucking good. You have no idea. But yeah, no, they're good games. They're good games.
Okay, got you. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely keep tapped in. But I know people were excited about Fire Emblem Engage being first up off the bat. And next, we had a bunch of different games that were announced coming to Switch. Going down the list really quickly. It Takes Two is coming to Switch November 4th. SpongeBob SquarePants: The Cosmic Shake in 2023. Fitness Boxing, Fist of the North Star DLC. Oh yeah, that was the rhythm joint. Oh my gosh, it was the rhythm thing. That's what it was. Oh, I was mad at that, bro. Why you gonna do my boy Kenshiro like that? But I know people like they damn fitness track things. So yeah, that's coming March 20th. Oddball is coming early 2023. Tunic coming September 27th. Sifu coming November 8th. Crisis Core Remaster Reunion coming December 13th. Radiant Silvergun is out now, and Endless Dungeon is going to be out 2023 on the Switch. Thoughts on any of those games coming through to the Nintendo platform?
You guys keep bringing up Crisis Core every time like we talk about mech shit, so I might have to play that. But everything else, I'm kind of just like cool. Like I don't really need any of these. Tunic I felt like Tunic should have been on the Switch when it released, but
yeah, I thought it was honestly.
Yeah, if you haven't played Tunic, play Tunic because that game is heat.
Yeah, no, I definitely got to try Tunic. I remember when it came out, everybody was trying it and shit. I was like, yeah, this actually looks pretty so fire. Good. It's not that long, is it?
It's definitely not. If the reason the game is long is because it makes you explore. That's why. So like if you were somebody who like I wasted 20-30 minutes because I didn't realize that the stairs that I needed to climb were like
Oh, I
behind
remember
this
that
pillar.
clip.
I was pissed.
Yeah,
I was pissed. But like the game is phenomenal. But if
yeah.
you're somebody who's like, I just want to beat it to see the whole thing, just look up a walkthrough and you'll be all right.
Okay, bet that. Yeah, I'm gonna definitely try and be more story oriented, and just get through it as much as I possibly can. Moving through, we're gonna talk about every single farm game that they've had just to get through it, man. I swear I'm missing like at least 5. But we saw Story of Season of Wonderful Life, Fae Farm, Rune Factory 3, a brand new factory series is coming, Harvestella, and I think there might have been a couple more that I might have missed. But all the farm games that were there today, how you feel about them?
I think Harvestella still has my heart out of all of them, but
Telling you,
I
telling you.
I don't I still like I'm like in my mind I'm like this looks sick, but like I could still go back to Stardew Valley. Like I'm just not like, you know what I'm saying, I'm not really sold
Yeah.
because like I got Stardew Valley at the crib. Like this is one of the first times where like I'm like, Mom, don't go to McDonald's.
We got
food
it
the
at
crib."
home. We got
Like
it at home.
I don't need this.
That's crazy, bro. No. You know the funny thing is, Harvestella 100%. If that combat hits like I think it might hit, I will actually play. I will play Harvestella. I will 100% play Harvestella. That's the king of the farming games right now. So that's the top of the pinnacle of farming. The games to come out. I'm definitely looking for have a Harvestella still, but yeah, that's funny as hell. Looking at some of the extra things that came through, I'm just gonna skip around a little bit. We had Xenoblade Chronicles 3 Wave 2 DLC is gonna add a new mech character, Eno. Mario Strikers Battle League, Paulina and Diddy Kong are coming. Mario Kart 8 Wave 3 announcing some new tracks. Golf is coming to Nintendo Switch Sports. We had what's it called? Rain Code was a Danganronpa creator. Basically, it's like a whole game where you investigate crimes and unlock the mystery of an amnesiac detective and a Shinigami that's basically haunting him. That was a pretty cool trailer. Thoughts on all of those?
Yeah, like all of it was cool. Like Pikmin was sick, but I haven't never played a Pikmin game, so I was like, like all of those are cool. Like the only things that I really stuck out to me out of all the games that were announced that we haven't covered were really like Octopath Traveler 2 was cool, but again didn't beat the first one. But those games look phenomenal. Pikmin maybe I haven't played those games, but Kirby obviously, and the Legend of Zelda. Everything else was kind of like this looks sick, but I don't know if I'm gonna keep up with this.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I know we saw a Fatal Frame Mask Lunar Eclipse as well. I'm like, okay, that's cool. It's not really for me. Octopath Traveler 2 looked phenomenal, but that's Octopath. It does what it does. But I'm glad it's coming back with a new game February 24th. February is gonna be ridiculous for games. GoldenEye 007. I was super excited for this at first until it said the online was only going to be on the Switch. That got me deflated as soon as I saw it. I was like, okay, we're done. We're done here. So Rare, they said it's gonna drop on Xbox Game Pass at the same time, but no online on Xbox Game Pass, which is very, very, very dumb. You're gonna launch that janky ass Nintendo Switch online, and it's gonna be terrible. It's gonna be terrible, man. I am not prepared for it to be a laggy. Come on, man. A laggy 007? I'm not gonna lie, bro. The graphics is already throwback, bro. Like, come on, man.
So me personally, I'm only gonna play it if it has the same aim assist it had when it was on N64. Like that's what I want to just play a game where like the gun shoots itself. Like I thought that shit was super fun. I don't feel like working that hard. I never was gonna play this multiplayer, so like it doesn't really affect me that much. But then seeing it on Game Pass, I'm like, what's even the point then? Like of paying that extra $30 a year to get Nintendo N64 on it. Like I just didn't think it was that big. Like great game, iconic. It definitely did make the N64 the console it is. Not good enough for me to spend extra $30 a year for the N64 bundle.
Yeah, 100%. This is why people pirate games. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro.
1000%.
Allegedly, if you're gonna drop all these like that behind a $30 paywall, you're only gonna put it on one platform, and then the performance is gonna be not up to par. This is why people just run them emulators and drop multiplayer anyways. It's gonna be just as good, if not better. So you know that is what it is, man. The rest of these were pretty cool. Again, the Bayonetta 3 trailer looked good. The Holidays looked like fire. You know what I'm saying? That was, again, super fire trailer. I actually am very excited for Bayonetta 3. Pikmin 4, people were super excited, but I've never really, again, played too much Pikmin. I've actually never played any Pikmin outside of, seeing it in the Smash and stuff like that. So
Me
I mean,
too.
again, that's cool. Cool. Pikmin get a new joint. I can't fault it. Kirby Return to Dreamland Deluxe came out of nowhere, and again, it's 4-player. You can literally drop in, drop out. Like there's so many different like people you can morph into and stuff. They had like the mech suit morph thing that Kirby had with the rockets. That was fire. That was dope, and that's coming February 24th, 2023. Like Octopath and Kirby dropping the same day. That's filthy. That's filthy. Oh my god, February's nasty, man. February's nasty, bro.
It's a Nintendo month. That's what February is.
Jeez, they flooding the market, bro. They flooding the market for real. And we saw a little bit of the teaser, but of course, Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom. I see why they did not drop that in the UK. I understand. After I got that pointed out to me, that's fair. It's fair. But again, the game was good. The game started, again, had some of the views of the art style and how it, Hyrule and all stuff like that might have changed. Looks really good. Looks really good. I want to see like more, again, gameplay. Gimme, so I can get on that. But yeah, it's pretty solid, man. I can't even front on it, man. Just thoughts on the event in general? Any letter grade?
I feel like the event was a little too bloated. Honestly, I feel like. And it's not even that like I hated the farming games, but when you literally cannot put them back to back and expect us to be really excited for all of them. I feel like I feel like they did some of these games a disservice that might have been more interesting down the line if you guys didn't put them next to like Harvestella or like Story of Seasons, because those are like the heavy hitters in that franchise. So it's like, damn, why did you do that to like Fae Farm or whatever? But if I had to give it a letter grade, I would say a C. I felt like it was a lot of fluff for me personally, but there was some heat. So like C plus.
Yeah, I would agree. I would say a C plus. There was like, again, the damn near like crop simulator presentation, bro. It deadass should have been named the Treehouse just for the way it was planting stuff, bro. Like it was so much planting games, farming games, all that shit. I'm like, okay, that's cool, but outside of Harvestella, I'm not really looking for any of this. So that's just like extra. Some of the games that are multi-plats that were just coming onto the platform that could have been in an email. I'm like, whatever. But shout out to Octopath. Shout out to Fire Emblem. Shout out to the new wave of Mario Kart games. I actually was kind of looking at that. Pikmin 4 got a surprise for people. That was cool. Beta 3. Raincoat actually looks really interesting. Kirby and Legend of Zelda. I think those are all pretty notable. So I'll give them the slide on that. But again, it's like almost honors even in terms of stuff that we wanted to see, or like it was kind of surprising, and then the bloated stuff we didn't really need. So yeah, C plus is fair. I agree. Yeah, 100%. All right, moving on to a quick, basically this is a trailer trope story where we only got one of these for the podcast this week. According to the Hollywood Reporter, Sony and PlayStation are pushing forward with the Gran Turismo movie and have tapped David Harbour from Stranger Things to lead the project as a retired driver that teaches a young teenager how to drive. And just before the podcast, we got news as well that Orlando Bloom's going to be in the movie too. So I'm like, damn, it's going to be, what I'm saying, like, hella random people in there, bro. This cat's gonna be weird. But thoughts on a Gran Turismo movie?
Sure. Like I didn't even know the Gran Turismo had like a story. I thought it was just a game where you can drive a bunch of different cars.
I deadass thought the plot is just gonna be the motorcycle dude just doing that. Just doing this for like 45 minutes, son. Yeah.
They're just so I like racing movies. Like I'm not against it. I just don't know. Like this movie's good. If this movie is good, it is not because it's Gran Turismo. It's gonna be just a good racing movie. I guess they wanted the name just for the clout, but sure. These are some good actors though, so fingers crossed.
Bro, this is literally the same situation as a Need for Speed movie with with Michael Keaton and Aaron Paul, with dude from Breaking Bad. Like I remember seeing that movie. I'm just like,
yeah, the Need for Speed one,
yeah. There wasn't really a plot for this. Yeah, I didn't have any set plot from. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Aside from like a couple of things like Need for Speed, like Heat or some bullshit like that, like where's like a little bit of thing like story there, but like they just make their own shit and they just put the Need for Speed name on it or the Gran Turismo name on it. So it's whatever. I'm not checking for this exactly, but it's gonna be hilarious, bro. It's gonna be one of those quintessential, you know what I'm saying? The Mr. Miyagi takes in a young student, you know what I'm saying, teaches him how to drift. You know what I'm saying? Wax on, wax off on the steering wheel. He gets in a race, he wins some money. Bobby's your uncle, he wins. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. Yeah. So it's what it is, man. Again, just picking from the random ass hat for PlayStation. There's like Gran Turismo this time, guys. All right, that's what it said, not me. That's what it said.
What's a game everybody's talking about? Gran Turismo. You're right.
They say, you know what? You're exactly right. That's what everybody's talking about nowadays. Like,
I definitely. this is gonna be either a there's no other movies to watch, but I want to watch a movie, or Discord, I'm fried or drunk, and I'm like, oh, y'all trying to watch Gran Turismo? Like,
Bro,
one of the two.
listen, bro. There's a hierarchy of just disgusting, terrible movies, and I don't think Gran Turismo can reach the heights of the Velocipaster. All right, I don't think you're gonna get there. You know what I'm saying? Because you're not going into the category of good movie. I don't think you're going into the category of good movies. You got to go into the category of either just mid-pack movies or just terrible, specifically bad movies that are enjoyable and have entertainment value. So you got to pick one of those two buckets. I don't know, man. It's some stiff competition in either. So you know what? You gotta live your life, bro. Live your life, Gran Turismo.
For sure.
All right, moving into the Capcom online program as a part of Tokyo Game Show Week. All that was going down. We got some updates from a few different titles. I'm going to group the first three together because there wasn't much news between them, just most of the same stuff. Monster Hunter Rise Title Update 2 has some new monsters in the Violet Mizutsune, Flaming Espinas, and Risen Chameleos coming September 29th. Resident Evil had a new look at Ethan in third person, the Shadows of Rose DLC. Of course, that was set 16 years after the events of Village. Resident Evil 4 will have PS4 on last-gen launch, but no Xbox One announcement. And there's going to be an RE showcase announced next month, giving some more details on what's going down. And Mega Man Battle Network, the Legacy Collection will be broken into two parts in the release of Volume 1 and 2. I think it was like 1, 2, and then it was like, I forgot how the split goes, but it's like the first 4 titles, and then it was like the next 5 or 6.
So, like, the thing about it is that there's 10 games, but some of these games have like
splits.
3 different versions.
Yeah,
so
the team
it's
splits.
Like, so I want to say it's like 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 in one, and then the rest on the other one. But
I think you're
buy
right.
The whole thing. Just buy. If you like them, just buy the whole thing. They're all good.
Literally. So yeah, I'm gonna. This didn't need to be split. I could have bought it all one shot, but whatever. That's beside the point. Any thoughts on all this?
It was really. Like, I'm so fucking sick and tired of seeing any more Resident Evil shit because I feel like it's the same goddamn game. And you'll never convince me otherwise. I love Monster Hunter, and I know that like Monster Hunter and Resident Evil are like the 2 franchises that like Capcom literally is doing the most with. But I feel like every update for Monster Hunter is like, here's an entire new monster, here's some new quests, XYZ. Every Resident Evil thing is like, here's paid DLC to go back to the same place and do similar shit. And I'm just like, I'm good, bro. I'd rather fight the big ass monsters, you know.
Fair.
And the thing is, here's the thing: Monster Hunter DLC, you'll buy Sunbreak, and you don't have to buy anything else. Everything else is
free
literally free updates.
Yeah, that's true. Hey, listen, my hands up. I'm not touching no Resident Evil to the 4th one. So that's all fresh to me. It's all fresh to me. You know what I'm saying? In my case, but yeah, all the news. It is what it is. I'll see more. The only thing I was really like eyes open for is just the battle. I mean, not even Battle Network stuff. I was like, you're just talking about how the game's gonna release. I don't care as long as they come out. Resident Evil 4, whenever that showcase is, I'll be tapped in. And yeah, that's all I thought about that.
I will say it's not on here, but like the Exoprimal things did make me feel a little bit better. I got
there was an Exoprimal the story trailer.
Yeah, and like. So depending on what that story is like, I might be interested. But like, again, if I can't play a horde mode or I can't play a good single player or / co-op experience in like a versus AI thing, I don't really want the game. I don't really need another team-based anything.
That's fair. That's fair. I'm just saying I'm willing to give it a shot. I'm still in the same boat. You know what I'm saying? After some information has crossed my eyes. But yeah, I mean, that's fair. That's fair.
Send me a code. I'll put the code in. That's as much as I can offer y'all. I'll put the code into the Steam. We'll download it. We'll see what happens.
All right, fair. All right, but on to the last piece, the biggest piece of news that came from Capcom, and of course, you already know what time it is. It's Street Fighter time. They dropped a whole new 8-minute trailer. Some new information came through with it. Had the reveals of Ken Masters, Blanca, Dalzim, and E Honda in the World Tour mode. Assuming, of course, they're gonna be playable as well. They had their own little tidbits. The World Tour mode got some more details. Again, you're gonna be able to create your own character and saw a lot of the different combinations you can make. Learn moves and I guess master traits from different masters in the city. Again, it's gonna be Street Fighter character vets. You're gonna be able to use some of those things to fight, traverse. You know, what I'm saying, do time trials. A lot more variety of missions across that city. It's a really vibrant mode you can just get lost in. There's going to be an extreme mode on Street Fighter where you can basically play on a stage with extreme conditions and battle hazards like, you know, bulls could run through. It's going to be like electro shockers or something like that. You can't move outside of. A lot of different wacky conditions that are really cool. Battle Hub has some more details as well. Basically, you're gonna take your avatar and go into different Street Fighter 6 matches, playing hub tournaments. You can even play classic Street Fighter games to pass the time of going from another place to place. Like we saw Street Fighter 2 Turbo. I think there was some other ones there. There was even a DJ booth. You could spin some stuff on there, bro. You can play DJ Hero. Insanity. And then also on top of all that, there's going to be a closed beta test coming October 7th to the 10th on all platforms. It's going to be cross play. A lot of good stuff coming. So Wen, I know you was excited about it. How you feel about Street Fighter now?
Street Fighter is definitely going to be it was already an Instacop. It's definitely going to be an Instacop. Like, I'm going to take the deluxe edition. Like, give me the DLC, all that. Like, this game seems to have the framework for a very long life cycle. And the thing about it is that it seems like it has a lot of stuff on release, which is amazing. I remember when Street Fighter 5 came out, they didn't even have the full story mode unlocked yet. They were like, the next story, the more chapters are coming later. And like, that's why I bought Street Fighter 4. Because I liked the Street Fighter like lore. I love the characters. I wasn't a huge fan of the fighting game, but it's everything that they're doing for this game feels like the biggest update we've needed for this franchise, because we haven't had good net play. The net play isn't the worst. Now I heard really good things about it since its release. When I was on it, oh my god, it was terrible. But I think it's 18 characters confirmed on release. We have a bunch of different variety. We have big ass single player content. So that now, which is amazing, because not a lot of fighting games will give you that single player content, the casual content, the hey, I'm not a big fighting game fan, but I like the way these characters look. I like Ryu, I like Ken, I like XYZ. I want to engage with this without being super sweaty. Like, they have all these things there for you. And they have like goofy modes for people who are like, I'm a casual, you're a pro, but let's play volleyball. Let's see who can win that game. And like, I like Arc System games like Guilty Gear Strive. In those Arc System games, they have you in these lobbies to meet up. Like, when you are going to play games, they'll have you as like a chibi and you walk around as like your favorite character or whatever. And then like the same thing with this game, but this game lets you be yourself, which is amazing. Like, now I can walk up into the battle tour like, yo, what's up? I'm here to get my ass beat. Let's go to main stage. I want, like, you could really put on a show. It's kind of nuts. It looks really, really good. I can't wait to go on there. I can't wait to like get my community involved, have people coming in and being like, yo, I'm gonna rate your fit before I fight you. Like, I'm sorry, but you're not dripped out enough to play me. You have to play the homie over here. Like, I think it's gonna be hilarious. It's gonna be such good times.
100%. I feel like that's a part. I think that's an aspect of Street Fighter, or just any certain game, that adds so much quality of life and extension of life to it. Just the personal aspect. If you have to put your personal stamp on something, I feel like you cling to it a lot more. And creating an environment where you can really connect and show off, again, express yourself. You can pick your select moveset. You can go to Akuma, you can go to, you know what I'm saying, you can go to Blanca, you can go wherever in the world and just learn from them, get their moveset. You know what I'm saying? Pull up, you have your specific moveset, your specific appearance and makeup and stuff like that. And you can just move about how you want. It's such a cool thing. And again, it's such a addition to the regular stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like this appeals to everybody, but even more so the casual people who are just like, yo, we want to play Street Fighter, but I know I'm kind of the task of jumping into online play is very daunting. So you have this kind of on ramp where you can have fun. You don't have to be like, sweating your ass off into the ranked, all the time. So it gives so much more, again, life to it. And we said this before the podcast, bro. This looks better than what 2K did with the city. This looks way better than what 2K did with the city, bro. It just so much more vibrant. It looks like there's a lot more stuff to it. It just looks like a letter of love, bro. It looks like Street Fighter 6, the team at Capcom, they really took a deep dive after Street Fighter 5, and they're like, yo, listen, how can we make this vibrant? How can we make this lively? How can we really service the fans for years to come? And everything they've shown since the first trailer that they came back with has looked up to par. Even the logo, they fixed the logo. I didn't forget. You know what I'm saying? So they've done nothing but really good stuff so far. Even, I've seen people getting mad at Dawson being back, and the comment was like, it was pissing everybody off, but that's just something we got to deal with, baby. It's something we got to deal with, man.
I know you don't play fighting games, but being able to convert from a heavy kick across the screen is
that looks ridiculous. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not gonna lie.
It looks insane.
When I seen that, and then the dude memed in the Arthur fist under, I was like, yeah, nah, that I don't think that's necessarily normal, but Lord hope I don't run into too many dog sims. That's all I'm saying, bro. That's all
We're
I'm
gonna
saying.
give him a laugh. We're gonna laugh it out. Don't worry.
Facts, bro. I like that as the most for me. The most familiar game Street Fighter game I know, or most familiar fighting game I know is Street Fighter. So at least I have that base of stuff I would like to play. You know what I mean? Like this, and again, another game we'll talk about later in the show look really enticing, and I feel like I might actually be wanting to dive into the fighting game pit more often now. So again, good on Street Fighter. Good on Street Fighter.
Yeah.
All right, moving forward, we had some new DLC coming from DBZ Kakarot, based off of the Bardock Father of Goku TV special. It's going to be named Bardock Alone Against Fate DLC. Of course, it's going to be based around the story of Bardock and the Saiyans that were doing missions as part of Frieza Force, and it's going to be, of course, that entire lead up of them doing missions on different planets and that build to the unfortunate fate of Planet Vegeta due to Frieza. Coming 2023 as part of the Season 2 Season Pass 2 drop slate. What do you think of this, man?
This actually looks kind of nuts. I re-downloaded Kakarot not too long ago because I never beat it. Because I was playing it on stream, and this is one of those games where like I wish I was a full-time content creator because I would play this on stream. I would beat this whole thing on stream because while the game itself isn't the most deep when it comes to combat, it definitely has a place in a lot of Dragon Ball Z fans' hearts because instead of watching a bunch of filler, now you can just literally relive some of the most iconic moments with some of the greatest fucking cutscenes I've ever seen in an anime game. Like they reimagine these things beautifully. It's so good that there's times where every time there isn't a cutscene for it, I'm really mad because I'm like, bro, you're telling me you couldn't do that what you did over there for this. But I'm really excited that this game is still getting more DLC. Honestly, probably one of the best ways to. I told my girlfriend I like Dragon Ball Z, and I told her I was like, yo, if you can't watch Dragon Ball Z Kai to watch all of Dragon Ball Z, to like cut out all the filler, all the dead space, all the XYZ, if you don't want to watch the anime, do me a favor and just play the game. If you play Kakarot, it'll give you basically all you need to know for this franchise. And they do it in a really they're doing a really good job of it.
100%. Now, me, I haven't played Kakarot, but people told me good things about Kakarot, like actually more often than not. So looking at this, I rock with Bardock because Bardock's a badass. So, you know, this looks really good. This actually looks really good. And again, it tells about a different part of Dragon Ball Z, which again, it boosts the appeal of the content drop even much more so. You know what I'm saying? It's not any common thing, any common saga that we've really gotten. It's kind of like, again, a new area that we really wanted to look at. Like, you know, again, just the team around, like, just Bardock, different Saiyans, being around Frieza Force, that just already is enticing in and of itself. So I have no doubt it's actually gonna be a pretty cool DLC. And you know what? I might actually have to pick up Kakarot, bro. Low key. My wallet will hate me, but I might have to.
Yeah, I copped it when it was on sale for like the Ultimate Edition for like $60, and honestly, I got my $60 worth.
All right, shoot. I'll be damned, bro. I'll be damned. Yeah, man. I'll definitely have to look into it though.
No, for sure.
All right, moving down the line, Call of Duty Next was I think yesterday or today? I cannot remember what exactly, but this week it happened. This week it will 100% happen, and we got the reveals of everything Call of Duty multiplayer. Got a lot of again Warzone multiplayer, Spec Ops, a lot of different things that was going down. Let's go down the line. We're gonna break it up into two halves. First up, Warzone 2.0. Going through some of these changes here. We have a new map in Al Mazrah that has returning locations that could be separate maps in and of themselves. Saw some familiar locations like High Rise, Observatory, which is actually Dome from MW3, Airport, which was Terminal from MW2, Quarry was there in a brand new look. You now have Proximity Chat, which is basically, again, fully in-game in Warzone 2, which would be surely toxic. Gulag 2.0 is now 2v2. You're basically paired with another random player who died, and you must work together with them to make it out of the Gulag. Some minor NPC presence, a couple different game modes, like keep the jail key away for a certain amount of time. Looks actually really interesting. Circle splits. Warzone circles are now able to split throughout a match, and especially in endgame, and they can come together as well, possibly trying to switch up, some of the formats of people, anticipating, some of the circles and where they might end up. Strongholds will be AIs just basically stationed in different buildings all across the map, offering up better loot to grab in their locations, filling up some of the areas of the new map Al Mazrah. DMZ mode was now confirmed. Again, going to be 100 base players, a brand new sandbox sandbox extraction mode, free to play as well. Of course, based in Tarkov, like a lot of leaks and rumors suggested. Warzone Mobile is also announced. 120 real players, all share progression and loadouts across mobile and console and PC. Warzone 2 is officially coming November 16th. Ricochet anti-cheat will be there day one as well. Thoughts on the new Warzone iteration?
I'm not playing that shit. Like, shout outs to the Call of Duty fans. I'm happy for you. I guess some of these things just looked ugly. But we could start it off. Let's see what we got here at the beginning. Circle splits. Not a fan of that. I don't know what's the point of having the circle split. I understand that maybe it'll make people like rethink repositioning, yada yada. I always thought that the circle was never really a problem in a battle royale game because the whole point of it is to condense the fighting so that it gets more hectic as the circle gets closer. Splitting it, I feel like defeats that purpose, especially if, let's say, I get split. I'm in one of the 3 circle splits and I kill the only other team in that circle. Now we're just gonna wait for the circle to close. Maybe a moving circle would have been better. I don't know. I just don't think that it's. I don't really understand the thinking behind it, but of course I don't play that game. So if you play Call of Duty, let me know how that goes. I actually really like. If I say I hate a game, please don't mind telling me about it, because I don't play Valorant, but I love hearing about Valorant shit just because I like to understand the minds behind this development. I think circle splits is disgusting. I think Gulag 2v2 is stupid. But if you guys like it, you let me know, because I would love to hear your thoughts on it. I cannot possibly see myself being happy about having to fight 2 people to come back to life, and knowing that I have a teammate, and if he sucks, oh my god, I'm spiking a controller. But not a big fan of that. Anything Tarkov based, I don't even look at. Shout out to Battlefield, because that Tarkov based mode took off, right? And this is gonna be free to play though, so maybe it'll be different. I'm not really looking forward to that though. Like, I don't really care. Warzone Mobile was kind of like, I figured they were gonna go this route. Sure. I like the progression though. Cross progression, amazing. Keep that up. You guys killed it with that one. Strongholds, it just reminds me of Fortnite. Either be hit or bust, depending on, like, hey, what if this is the only place in the circle and there's AI there? Now, like, I have to fight this AI to get in there, but now because I'm fighting AI, they know I'm over there. You know, like, it's just
true.
It's a mixed bag. This looks like they're trying to experiment a lot, which we love to see in video games. I don't know if these are the right moves, but hey, they don't pay me the big bucks to put 10 terabytes of game into one computer. So you guys let me know what you think.
Yeah, Pharisees, man. I ain't gonna lie. They caught me with the nostalgia on the map locations because I was watching it, and then I seen some of them pop up. When I seen Dome, I actually let out a slight audible screech. I ain't gonna lie. I was like, oh, right there, I see you, what? So they play on the heartstrings right there with the maps, of course, I've grown up with, and that's fair. The map seems to be chock full of like a little Easter eggs and stuff about all the old maps. Hopefully they can, you know, split them off and make them their own separate multiplayer experiences. That would be very, very nice. But again, we'll see down the line. The Gulag 2v2, I'm like, I have no idea why you would even do that, but you know, that's whatever they want to do. I think they wanted to really add some sustainability to, or staying power to, the proximity chat, because they added that in full force. And there's like, yo, listen, we want people to get toxic, baby. They want to really increase the level of just interactivity between different people, and it's just gonna be absolutely toxic. It's gonna be an absolutely horrible time over voice chat. It's gonna be hilarious though. I'm not gonna lie. Just off of that, I low-key want to try it one time just to see how bad it can get, because I need a good laugh sometimes. So going in there just to laugh at the stupidity, you know what I'm saying, it might work out. Circle splits, unless the circle splits actually start to move and merge like at a certain point, I guess that's cool. But a split's just off in itself, like an entire zone, is kind of crazy. I know you might be trying to like beat, I guess, certain people who like kind of predict all the spawns and predict all the the ending locations, but I don't know how I feel about it exactly. I might need to see it in action. Strongholds, I think that's a very good move, because such a big map really needs a lot of life to it. So again, if you're gonna go to Fortnite route and drop AI in it, be my guest. Keep doing more of that. That's fantastic. DMZ mode, I'm actually interested to play because it's gonna be free. But again, a Tarkov extraction based mode, it doesn't really like tickle my fancy like that. I'm not like the biggest Tarkov fan in the world. But DMZ mode looks all right. You know what I'm saying? I'm not mad at it. Warzone Mobile, I'm not playing that. But again, share progression, that's a win. Yeah, man. Again, Ricochet day one as well. I am sure that this is gonna go chock full of content. This is gonna be chock full of like little things here and there. A lot of different stuff that's gonna be, you know, dropped in the game. Again, they're gonna have their contracts and their perks and all that stuff that they usually do in Warzone. I think this is going to be much closer to what they intended to do in 2019, but of course, due to limitations of them dealing with so many things, dealing with cheaters and glitches on the map and whatnot they weren't able to address. So I think this will be definitely a better run out for them in terms of 2.0. I don't know how some of those things will do like Gulag 2.0 and whatnot, but we'll see. Maybe the community will come around to it. But that's fair. That's fair. But on to the multiplayer portion. I'm going to run through this really quickly. They got Ricochet anti-cheat day 1 on Warzone as well, of course. There's going to be some new movements in ledge hang and mantles. They're going to be in there. Slides have been adjusted to remove slide canceling in all formats. Dolphin dives are in that are going to be activated from tactical sprints. New tactical equipment and changes. There's going to be most notably a DDoS, which disrupts and deactivates enemy electronics, and a battery life to heartbeat sensors to nerf the overusage of it. Gunsmith 2.0. Weapons now have receivers that you can unlock a base gun on to change its function, basically turn ARs to SMGs, ARs to SMGs, SMGs to like DMRs, snipers, shotguns, the like. You know what I'm saying? Things like that. And there's going to be weapon platform attachments and universal attachments. So basically, when you're leveling up one gun that you really like, you can actually level up other guns in that same class. You can unlock them and you can use them, when you see fit, but you don't have to use every gun specifically and separately to unlock all of their attachments. So there are at least going to be some shared ones that you can use, and you can basically have a universal unlock system and actually have something when you use another gun. In terms of maps and modes, we have some battle maps, of course, going to be ground war focused, 32v32. Core map 6v6 are going to be more simplistic and more 3-lane focused, promoting faster gameplay, kind of toning it back a little bit from last iteration. New modes in knockout, which is round based. Teams are going to be fighting over a bag of cash in the middle of the map, and they must either eliminate the enemy team or hold the bag for 60 seconds. Prisoner rescue, which is a brand new siege style mode. Both teams have a hostage and must carry the opposition hostage to an extraction point. Invasion ground war, which is basically adding ground war team deathmatch with some AI in the middle to populate the map. Third person returns, which is actually pretty big. Third person mode, perspective, and the playlist are back. Basically, you can switch back to first person when you ADS. Actually, really, really cool addition. I really like that. Raids, which is going to be a new 3-player co-op experience involving combat and puzzle solving for rewards. Spec Ops is actually back as well. 2-player asymmetric. Oh my gosh, the word. 2-player asymmetrical missions return. And they're going to be, again, a whole lot of different missions based off, of course, the classic MW2 stuff. A lot of different cool things there. And also there's going to be some perk shifts. So basically, instead of having the basic 3 perks that you pick, you're going to have 2 perks from 2 different sets that you are able to pick. And then the third one and then the fourth one. And the third and fourth will be able to be unlocked in game instead of having them automatically on your class. So there's going to be some different setups, some different things, like Ghost is hidden behind a 4 slot that's activated in game. Last Stand is back in some form or function. However, it's basically turned into the form of Survivor. So if you kill a person who has that perk on, they don't die, they get downed, but they have a chance to self-revive. You can't shoot anybody, but you do have a chance to self-res from that down position and potentially get back in the game. So with all that being said, thoughts on the details of Modern Warfare multiplayer?
It looks interesting. Like, I like that they're taking some chances. Third person returning is like kind of cool. I just don't know, man. As much as I think Call of Duty is a very fun game, there's just certain things that I just truthfully don't really care for. On the outside perspective, it's not the modes, it's not the guns. I love that the guns are having more unlocks easier, because I honestly hated the idea of, like, let's say you're somebody who only plays Warzone. It sucks that, like, let's say you had to struggle with the AK-47 to unlock all the perks for it, or all the attachments for it, right? And then a new AK-4U drops and you're like, yo, this has literally the same exact attachments, but now I gotta grind out this really this no attachment having ass gun to get it to that point. It's rough. So I like that they're having a more an easier unlock system. Not easier, but a more transferable unlock system. I hope that not everything can be unlocked via one gun, though, because I think that would really that would change it. Because that was one of my favorite things to do back when I used to play Call of Duty, was like, all right, I unlocked everything for this shotgun, and now I'm gonna go play with this shotgun. Like, it makes you like switching things just made it more. It was just more fun, more things to do in that game. And it would suck that, like, I use this one gun, unlocked everything. Now there's no point in me using ARs anymore.
Nah. There still is. Like, because they have the weapon specific one, so it's like you still have to use it to unlock the best of the best stuff that's on a certain gun. But you can start with something if you go to the next one over. Like, okay, I actually want to use it.
Yeah, and that's perfect. I think that's perfectly fine. The new modes seem really interesting. I like a 32v32 type of mode, because it gives you like that Warzone experience, not having to play Warzone. At the end of the day, what I'm really looking forward to is just big change on the side of like optimization, big change on the side of like how big this game is. Cause like all this stuff, all this content sounds amazing, but I just cannot possibly fathom how big this game is going to be because
Yeah.
they've never really gone down in size and they've never really been like, yo, we're working on anything to compress these enormous ass games. Maybe with it being on mobile, they're finding a way to like I just can't even comprehend the regular base Call of Duty. I want to say is more than 300 gigabytes big. And
Yeah.
I could be wrong. I know for a fact it's more than 200 gigabytes, but
Mm.
I'm I'll look it up. And that's really the biggest issue. That's my biggest takeaway from Call of Duty games is that like it's cool, but the
Mm.
game is enormous. And if you have like
Yeah.
a base PlayStation 5 or a base Xbox Series X with no upgraded memory, you're playing 3 games at the most on that console because you don't have space if you have Warzone on there.
Mm. You know, I hear it. Definitely. It's kind of like the Catch-22 that do it. They just have to learn how to compress stuff, bro. They have to learn how to compress files and like just really like tighten up the actual like download, bro. Because if I'm waiting 2 days just to play the game, that's going again set me in a bad mood already. But I will go ahead.
It's 250 gigabytes on PC and 150 gigabytes on console.
That's crazy. That's still pretty crazy.
For one game. That's nuts. I
Mm.
don't have any game on my PC outside of Total War Warhammer 3 that's 100 gigabytes. That game has so much shit. It's not even funny. That's my only issue is that like why is this big?
Yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot, man. But yeah, I just hope they find a way to again really compress stuff down and mitigate that like burden on people's hard drives. That would be nice. But to speak on the experience of what I've seen so far from the gameplay, of course, hella people had to drop their gameplays on YouTube and whatnot. It looks faster. It looks pretty smooth from what I'm seeing. The audio still needs to have some fixes there and there, but it's still the beta, so I know they're still gonna hopefully tidy some things up. I will say this: I'm 100% going to give this a shot because I mean it's Modern Warfare 2. At least off nostalgia, I'll give you a shot. You know what I'm saying? Like it is what it is. You know, I at least owe you that, my boy. But I will say this: this is where things differ, and this is where Call of Duty has an advantage in terms of offering something for their player base. You know how we talked about Apex and LTMs and stuff like that, and how they have a lack of modes that force people into the same pools as the most competitive, sweatiest players in a player base, right?
Yeah.
Now look at how many experiences Call of Duty has. The advantage that they have in numbers, which unfortunately does relate to the size of the files and whatnot. Hopefully they work like bring that down. But look at the experiences. They have spec ops mode. Yeah, they have spec ops mode. They have regular base multiplayer, 6v6, 32v32. How many different modes in there? Like at least 8 different modes in there that they'll probably add more onto. They'll have Warzone, they have DMZ mode. They have so much spread for all the competitive play that I feel like the ability to find a game that's a lot more casual is much more possible in the Call of Duty bucket than an Apex bucket or another bucket somewhere else. They have the advantage of really stacking content on day one and creating a lot more stuff. They said they're dropping about 18 multiplayer maps or something like that. I feel like that's a good amount to start with to really keep people like interested in the game, having it flowing. And by the time Warzone comes out in November, everybody else, y'all go that way. You know what I'm saying? And leave more casual gameplay for people like this. And then by the time the season 1 and 2 comes out, they have content, they have new modes, they have stuff like that. So I think this is where Call of Duty can win. This is where Call of Duty can win by having enough abundance of content right there at the start, which I believe they do. And then to follow it up with more modes that they have in their arsenal, like a team defender, like a demolition, like a headquarters and stuff like that. They can add that back into the game. They can really, again, lock in on making the right weapon tweaks and whatnot. Because from what I see, again, a lot of these guns, I've seen maybe one be like the outright leader of like, okay, listen, this is kind of crazy. The 74U I saw people use a good amount, but it wasn't the be all end all from what I saw in the beta. Marksman rifles look really good, but you know what I'm saying, like SMGs looked good again from close ranges, but when they got to out the farther ranges, they really got beat out. It looked like things made sense. It looked like things made sense. You know what I'm saying? From what I saw in the beta, from like, you know, different guns. It's like one person with a damn small SMG beaming people from across the map, unless they had some type of receiver or weapon switcher or something like that. But I'm going to have to be the judge of the gameplay when I see it. But again, it looks like a lot of cheesy stuff like the slide cancel. It's not there no more. You know what I'm saying? I've seen a couple bunny hops here and there, but it doesn't look like it's going to be like the craziest thing to all the people in the world. You know what I'm saying? Just the crazy PC players that have that mechanic. And I'm like, it is what it is. again, the water mechanics, you're gonna be able to swim in water, having a whole lot of more depth into that gameplay. I just feel like there's a lot of content potential, but now it's up to the game to feel good. It's now up to the game to really feel good and actually deliver on that basis, from the gunplay to the movement to all that stuff. I see the potential there to actually be a decent game, but now it's up to them to really deliver, have a good beta, figure out what you need to change, take away, move, do that stuff before October comes, and make it happen, because I want this game to be good. I want to play on Dome. I want to play on Dome, a separate map, bro. I'm not going to lie. The small part, you know what I'm saying, for me 10, 11 years ago, playing in Dome, you know what I'm saying? You know, I've let out just my damn shorts, getting my nuke for the first time. I want to relive that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? I want to have fun like that again in Call of Duty. But it's up to them to make that experience good on all fronts, from content to the delivery to, again, the cheaters, making sure Ricochet works, to all those fronts. But from what I've seen so far, I'm not mad at it. I'm not mad at it. It looks like they're in a decent place, and I feel like it can get better. But again, we're just gonna have to see what they do next.
Yeah. I agree with you that that content drop does look ridiculous, and it looks really good. And like I said, I do shit on Call of Duty that literally every chance I get, because I think it's hilarious. But I do want this game to succeed, because I feel like you guys deserve a really good game, especially with how the life cycle that Call of Duty has had after Modern Warfare. I feel like it hasn't really been a lot of positive news for you guys. So I would really hope for this game to be good. And if it's good, because the thing is, I talk mad shit about every Call of Duty. I've played every Call of Duty outside of Vanguard since Modern Warfare. So like, I'm not opposed to actually playing it. I'll go buy another entire computer tower to just have for the one game. But I'm really looking out for the nitty gritty, the things that I feel like are very important, of just like optimization, because I don't want flashy gameplay and flashy like modes and shit to really excuse bad optimization, excuse bad pay side, like pay models. Like I don't like how much impact the name Call of Duty has on things just getting swept under the rug.
Yeah, so you don't want it to paper over the cracks. I understand. 100%.
Yeah, and another thing is, like, if this game is good, I will say the game is good. I didn't have fun in Cold War. I didn't have a lot of fun. I had fun in Modern Warfare. Then Warzone came out, and it was like the Bruin meta, and like the metas were literally just abysmal. Yeah, and that's why I was just like, these games suck, bro. Like, I just cannot play these games. And then like the optimization, I don't even want to get started on that. Yeah. But yeah, I want them to make a good game, not just a good Call of Duty.
Yeah, I agree 100%. And the onus is on them to do it, man. The onus is on them 100%. All right, moving further along into the RGG Summit, we had 3 big stories come from there. First and foremost, we had Like a Dragon Ishin just pop out to cut out of nowhere, bro. I know Wen gonna like these stories, bro. So Like a Dragon Ishin is gonna be focusing on the end of the samurai era in the 1800s Japan under the protagonist Sakamoto Ryoma, which is basically a historical figure credited with a lot of work towards ending the shogunate in Japan and bringing radical reformation. There's gonna be no English dub, only a sub, because of the kind of the ancient, well, not ancient, but older tongue. I forgot what the exact dialect of dialect of the language it was. It was Bangan something. It's in the link, but I'll double check it. But yeah, they basically say no English dub, and basically they said a lot of the reason why they did this project was because Ghost of Tsushima really like succeeded. They was like, oh yeah, let's do it. Let's do our version. But it's coming February 21st, 2023. Looks pretty dope. What do you think of it, Wen?
I'm excited for fucking. I'm eating. This is all these games. We're on the first one. I'm excited. I love the Yakuza games, or the Like a Dragon games. And I'm really excited for this. I was like, wait, is this like a DLC or something? Like, no, it's a full-fledged game. I'm really excited for it, because I think that this is actually going to be a really fun thing to watch. One of my biggest issues with Yakuza, and I understand why, like, in the games, people don't just have guns. Like, if anybody in the game has a gun, you're like, whoa, what the fuck, you get that shit? But like, this is one of the first times where it's like, oh, it makes sense that nobody has a gun. Like, it's this era. I'm so ecstatic. Nice. You have no idea.
Yeah, the one, but dude still has the one. He still has the thing on him, bro. He still got that one. He still got that one. But yeah, man,
it's such a good time. I cannot wait.
It looks good, bro. It looks good. You will never hear me say a bad word about any Yakuza Like a Dragon games because they're all so good. I ain't gonna lie. I show respect for them. You know what I'm saying? That's one of the first like PlayStation gaming experiences I like remember just off the demo of Yakuza 1, bro. I'm pretty sure I've said this on a podcast before too. I'm like, I will forever have respect for Yakuza, bro. And it just looks like they take it into so many different areas and stuff like that. It looks fun. It looks fun, bro. Like this Ishin, bro. I'm like, yeah, I want that. I want that. It looked good, bro. And again, February 2023. Like, what more do you want? It's coming out soon. 100%. That's it's crack rock. It might be some crack rock, bro. Man. Moving down to the second story from the RGG Summit, we had Like a Dragon Gaiden, The Man Who Erased His Name. So that's going to be a spinoff that's connecting Yakuza 6 with an upcoming title that we'll talk about in a little bit, starring Kazuma Kiryu during the events of Yakuza 7. I think it's going to be like some type of secret agent, some type of little, you know what I'm saying, espionage type of thing. It's going to be action adventure focused, and it's coming 2023. How do you feel about Gaiden, like The Man Who Erased His Name? That's a long ass title, but you know what I mean.
It's actually really interesting because like one, like the homie Kiryu, iconic individual. The ending of Yakuza 6 was crazy because like Yakuza 5 kind of should have been the end of it, and I still have to beat 3 through 5. But the way 6 starts off, this man was basically retired from this whole life. And then like I remember getting 6 because I bought Yakuza 0, and then from that game I was hooked. Every time a new Yakuza game came out, I played it as soon as it came out, and I've been really good about beating them outside of 3. And I remember at the end of 6, I was like, oh, what a sad, tragic tale. And then I'm like, oh man, I really want to know what's gonna happen. But I was like, you know what? I'm very happy with putting his story to bed. And then Yakuza Like a Dragon came out, and I was like, okay, this game is gas. I'm like halfway through that game. And then like now you're telling me that I get to see what happened to because the thing, I don't want to spoil anything, but essentially like we don't know what happened to the main character after that. So you're just sitting there like, what happened? And then Like a Dragon comes out, and I guess it's like, all right, cool, we just never find out. This is really nuts because I didn't think we were getting another Kiryu story edition. But I'm really excited. I'm happy that they said that it was going to be more story focused. It wasn't going to be super, super long. Like, I love that. Not every game needs to be a big open world extravaganza. Like, give me story. Just like, give me what I want. You don't have to pat it down with extra stuff.
Yeah, 100%. And again, it's like it's a nice little tie-in with everything that's going on from what it looked like. Again, it looked like they were really wanting to focus in on just the arc of Kiryu and what he's doing. I'm personally excited. I actually need to really like I'm going to watch like half of these Yakuza games. I'm probably gonna play like a minimum one to like try and get back into everything because I'm like, damn, bro, I'm missing too much good stuff, bro. I'm missing too much good stuff. And speaking of that, this ties directly into the last story, which was Yakuza / Like a Dragon 8. Which is a brand new story with Kazuma and Ichiban coming back as main protagonists. It's going to be RPG style gameplay again. Kiryu will have his own party of characters, and they've kind of dubbed this their biggest game to date, coming early 2024. How much are you eating?
A lot, man. So much. Like, it's not even. It's funny because right now Mondays are my stream days for fighting games. I might have to add another day for streaming just for these games themselves. Like I might need a JRPG day or something because there's just too much, man. There's too much to not cover. When I heard about Yakuza 7, I heard about Yakuza 8 first, then I heard about Yakuza 7. Yeah. And I'm just like, can you please let my man Kiryu retire, bro? He is pushing like
you see 60. The picture? You see the picture? Yes, my man that changed his hair. He look emo and stuff on the side. I'm like, yo, who got him like this?
He's so old. He stopped like putting gel in his hair. Like, you know, he's like, wash. Like, let the homie sleep. I wish they made his face a little bit more older, just because it doesn't look good. Like,
yeah, like he didn't age much.
Like his hair looks older than him, and it's just like, bro, let him go to sleep, bro. Let him retire. Let him ride off into the wind. Please do not bring this man into Like a Dragon like 10. If he's in the Like a Dragon 10 in anything other than a speaking role, I'm gonna be mad at Sega.
Oh my! Hey, listen, bro. It's big money, bro. He drawing money though. And seeing both of them in the same story, it's gonna be interesting to see how that plays out, bro. Like,
I hope to see the baton moment. I hope to see the moment where like each like Kxngviii. I can't even fucking. I cannot wait to see Kiryu just hand off, like, just be like, yo, this is you now. Like you
Mm-hmm.
got it. You run with it because
Mm-hmm.
I love Like a Dragon, and like I just feel like it didn't get the respect it deserved because it wasn't QDU.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of people are starting to warm up to the game because and it's an entire different system really.
Yeah.
But I'm starting to see a lot more people like open up more to it, and he's an amazing protagonist. I really
Mm.
really enjoy him. I cannot wait to play this game. I might have to play this on stream. I might have to put a pause on the fighting game, but I mean, like, this is like
Yeah.
2-3 years from now, so we don't even know, man.
Mhm.
Like, man, I can't wait.
I'm telling you, just set your calendars, man. Mark your calendars for real, because I mean, this was really good.
Mhm.
Damn, bro. Again, Yakuza Like a Dragon fans eating good, bro. I need to get in on the feast, bro. I need it. I need it.
If you're somebody who hasn't played any of the Yakuza games, the recent ones, I would say start off with Yakuza 0.
Mhm.
And if you're like, this was amazing, then just make your way through them. There is no rush with these games. The community is very understanding. I don't think I've
Mhm.
ever seen a spoiler for these games really released. Mostly because a lot of these games released in like the oldest one, like
Mhm.
Yakuza 6 released on the PS3. So you're not
Yeah.
really gonna find spoilers on the timeline for these games because
Yeah.
everybody knows the story at this point.
Mhm.
If you're somebody who plays Zero and you're like, this game was good, but I'm not like a huge fan, just watch the cutscenes, and I promise you, it is like it's better than some movies that you've seen. You're like, whoa, the twists in these stories are just masterpieces. Honestly, like if you can play through Zero and say, I don't like the combat, but I love the story, then watch the things. But if you can play and you're like, wow, this is amazing, I say take your time, play all these games. They're all good games.
Bet that, man. Yeah, 100%, man. Because I mean, if you catch up, bro, you eating real good by the time you get to these games that are coming out again, starting February of next year with Like a Dragon Ishin. So good stuff, man. Good stuff. I like it.
Mhm.
All right, moving on to the final story of this news week. We had the PlayStation Showcase pop up out of nowhere because, of course, they just had to drop whenever on their own damn timing because that's how they are. But they started the show. The rain clouds was falling down. You know what I'm saying? It's a storm. It opens. You know what I'm saying? Just right there. Two people right there in the middle. And it's Tekken 8 out of nowhere, man. Running on Unreal Engine 5, rebuilt from the ground up with no Tekken 7 assets. It's going to be coming soon. We didn't get much details aside from the trailer that we got, but when you obviously seemed like you was feeling it, so how you feeling?
Man, if you guys want to see my pure uncut reaction, check out the YouTube because it's on there. But when I
Facts.
tell you, I did not expect Tekken 8 to be there. Even when I saw like the G Corp thing in the helmet, I didn't even recognize it because I was like, this is crazy. I didn't think we were gonna see it so soon. They teased it at Evo, and Evo wasn't that long ago. So I was just like, well, if they're just teasing it, then maybe they're not even ready until like maybe Game Awards. What they showed off was crazy. That game looks so crispy. It's not even funny. It looks so brand. It's crazy. I was watching it and I felt like just watching the video on my computer was like, whoa, we can't handle these graphics. It was
Mhm.
insane. I'm buying this day one. I might even buy it for my PlayStation so I can lab when I'm in my room. Like this game looks crazy.
Bro, all I got to say is, man, I mean, what's my main, bro? I need to find a main because I need to start labbing Tekken 7, like, because
It's
it looks
It's not gonna be
nasty.
those two motherfuckers that were on the screen. Because let me tell you, those inputs, you're gonna be like, nah,
Disgusting.
I'm playing something else. I'm playing something else.
I hear it, man, but nah, the game looks absolutely like it looks stellar, bro. Like literally, Unreal Engine 5, they look ridiculous. The whole muscles growing and stuff. The muscle flex, John. I'm like, yo, that's crazy, but
Oh,
it
the
looks great.
rain, the water. Oh,
Facts. It's gonna be a complete different experience, and I can't wait to hear more from Tekken. Honestly, bro, fight FGC fans. You know what I'm saying? Stand up. You got some good news this week. All right, moving down to a couple of quick stories. Again, we got more Like a Dragon Ishin, which is there. We already talked about it. PSVR 2 stuff. We got some Star Wars Tales from the Galaxy's Edge Enhanced Edition and Demio, I think. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Give me a
You know,
headset and I'll care.
yeah, literally. Next we had Pacific Drive, which is a first-person survival driver game set in the Olympic exclusion zone in the American Northwest. Basically, it's been abandoned for about decades and has a lot of dark secrets within. Looks pretty cool, pretty scary. How'd you feel about this one, really quickly?
I used to not care. I'm kind of caring more. We'll see what happens. Give me a code. I'll definitely care.
Yeah, fairsies. I'm kind of in the same boat. I ain't gonna lie to you, but it looked pretty interesting. Looked pretty interesting. I wonder what's like under the surface that's following you so hard, but we'll figure it out.
Yeah.
PlayStation Stars seems to be a whole set of NFT collections, I guess.
it just looked like digital collectibles. I would much if they would have came out and said PlayStation Stars would get you points towards discounts and things like that. I would have cared so much more. But here we are.
Yeah, unfortunate right there. Sin Duality is a sci-fi third-person mech shooter with some co-op elements that were hidden in the trailer as well. Looked like some, exploration, some, again, mining, some harvesting, some action, of course, mixed in. Coming 2023. How'd you feel about that?
Yeah, that looked pretty gas. I'm gonna need that. I'm gonna need that.
Listen, I ain't gonna lie. I was, you know what I'm saying? The mech thing, I might have to tap into, bro. I ain't gonna lie.
It looks pretty cool.
I kind of rock with the mechs. I rock with
You
the
throw
mechs.
some base building and I'm sold.
That might actually be crazy, and especially if it's co-op too. Because I saw another player like got hit in a part of the trailer too. So I was like, okay, maybe he's like again a sandbox type of thing with multiple people. And if it's like up to 4, might go crazy.
I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
That might go crazy. All right, next up we had Stellar Blade, formerly Project Eve. Basically, you're battling the undead in some bleak futuristic setting in an underground city called Zion in a third-person hack and slash action RPG. Looks really interesting. Looked a lot more polished. Yeah, man, how'd you feel about this one?
Graphics look crazy. That definitely looks like a very big like PlayStation's answer to Bayonetta if they needed one. It's definitely a good game. I'm definitely confident. I just hope that if they just put these games on that PlayStation Plus, man, boy, would that shit would be selling, bro.
Nah, 100%. This is the thing for me though. I'm like, yeah, the jump from when it first dropped to Project Eve, Project Eve looked like It was like cool.
Yeah.
The graphics didn't look too great. The movement looked like it was cool, but this looks again leaps and bounds better. Leaps and bounds, man. I tell you, this looks actually really, really interesting. Again, some of the executions and just the enemy types that you deal with looks really nice. Yeah, I'm with it. I'm with it. Definitely. I'm 100% looking out for Stellar Blade now.
Yeah, for sure.
All right. We had Rise of the Ronin, which is basically exploring the world of feudal Japan, playing as a self-proclaimed Ronin, diving into the immersive combat across a large land. Looked like really super it didn't look super supernatural, but it was like a lot more animated in terms of some of the things. He had like a glider and everything like that, like really expansive type stuff. But I mean, how did you feel about Rise of the Ronin?
It looked really good. It looks really good, but I just feel like with like a Dragon and Ishin being announced at the same time, will both of those games get played? Probably. I'm excited for one more than the other, but that's really just a personal preference. Both of them look really, really good. I just want to see how it plays because it was kind of like we saw a little smidgen of gameplay, but it wasn't live gameplay. It was like recorded. So I really want to see how this game plays.
100%. And I'm like, listen, y'all are kind of in the. Listen, I just hope that Ghost of Tsushima 2 does not get announced in the next year or so, because y'all gonna be in trouble. That's all I'm gonna say. But this actually looks pretty cool. Again, it looks like pretty distinct with some of the more animated, the more, I guess, I wouldn't say fictional, but more exaggerated type of actions or behaviors, like a whole ass glider and stuff like that. Like some of the movements and combos looked really it looked a little extra, but you know what I'm saying, but in a good way, like real flashy combos and stuff like that. It looked pretty cool. And again, open world is feudal Japan. I'm a whore, so you kind of sold me there. You kind of got me. So I mean, I'm definitely on the lookout for that. Oh man. Sure. And last, but certainly not least, baby, God of War Kxngviii. You heard me correct. I'm gonna say it one more time. God of War Kxngviii. We got another trailer. A whole lot of story implications were in there. A whole lot of gameplay implications. We saw new realms, new characters. We saw a little bit of the Thor and Kratos fight. We saw a lot of different things, man. This is too much to cover, bro. This is too much to cover, man. How did you feel about it?
It was nuts, man. It was. First things first, I like to say I'm very excited to see a God of War story that isn't necessarily driven by Kratos. Kratos has almost never, I want to say almost, but I think I can pretty much say he has never played the support role in any of his stories. He's always been the main character. And now to see that his son is the what's the word for it?
The catalyst. He's the catalyst for everything.
Yeah. He's pushing Kratos forward, essentially being like, yo, I need you to do X. Like, we need to do this, that, and the third. It is very exciting. The set pieces were insane.
I love it.
Oh my god. The Mjolnir, like the clash.
The clash of the Leviathan axe and Mjolnir, and he snapped and it came back. Oh!
It was crazy. We're not ready for that. Nobody's ready for that.
I need that, baby.
November is a crazy month. I just
Disgusting.
and
Disgusting, bro.
it's like Pokemon is in November, but even if it was just God of War, the month would already be like, damn,
Still would have
I
been.
can't play anything else. Like I have to beat this first. It's
Still would have been crazy.
crazy.
Yep, I'm moving everything out the way. Literally, only Pokemon and that's getting played. And I'm telling you, it's gonna be 75% God of War. I'm not gonna lie to you. I just want to really quickly spew my theory. I'm not gonna lie. I personally think that okay, this is what I'm thinking. Tinfoil hat time. Tinfoil hat time. The reason why, of course, Atreus, he's like, yo, you need to trust me, dog. You need to trust me on this. Real talk, bruh. You need to relax, Kratos, and just trust me. I feel like at some point he really does figure out that he's the cause of all this. Well, because of the writings on the wall and stuff like that from the last game. If you were spoiled on it, you know what I'm saying? I'm sorry, this game's been out for like 5 years. That's tough. But I think that he knows what he's doing up to a certain point, and he's doing it to keep him alive. Because if he didn't destroy the realm or again try and complete Ragnarok, he's gone. So they're probably gonna end everything. Like Ragnarok's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? I feel like people are like, oh, they're trying to prevent Ragnarok from happening, blah, blah, blah. But I think Atreus actually going to try and make it happen. So everything just drops off and they just move to the next area, which might be like Egypt or something like that. I don't know. But I really think that's what's going to happen. But I could be wrong. That's just my theory, though. He's telling them to trust him, and he's like, all right, bet, I'll go with you in these places. I don't know why you're doing it. And then you see he has Skull and Hati next to him, and then they chase the moon, and they chase the sun. And then, like, that means eternal darkness, bro. That means Ragnarok really here. I'm just saying, it's a lot of good story. And hook it to my veins, bro. It's gonna be a game of the year race. I'm saying it right now, bro. They just made the cut. Elden Ring, I'm telling you, bro, this narrative might give it a real race. I don't think it's as set in stone as people may think. That's all I'm gonna say. All I'm gonna say.
I have my theories of who's gonna win. Of who's gonna win game of the year. It's gonna be a close one, I feel like, but I think I know who's gonna be on top. And if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I feel like that's something that we could do. We could do late closer to Game Awards. We could definitely have like on a podcast. We choose our games and see what people think. But yeah, this game looks like a real contender. I wasn't really super sold on like the last few, even like the one trailer the first time when they announced it and we first saw Tier. For some reason, I always kept forgetting that trailer existed, and it's not even like a negative thing. I just felt like when I first saw that trailer, it just felt like the game wasn't really anything crazy.
It's too far removed to materialize in your head. Like, oh, it's coming.
I was watching it and I was like, these characters are cool, but I could see how they took like characters from the first game and just like kind of reshaded them and kind of moved things around. Like in my mind, that's kind of how I was writing it off a smidge. And then watching this, I was like, whoa, I'm way more invested because I didn't know much about the story. That was the biggest thing, is I didn't really know what was going on. It was kind of just a showing of certain things. And this trailer really made me care. Like I was like, whoa, no, I need to stop playing around. I need to put some respect on this game because it looks crazy.
Yeah, nah, I hear you, bro. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a real run, bro. This is Santa Monica really don't be missing, bro. They don't be missing. And especially with God of War. They have learned how to really put out a great game in the game series called God of War. The reason why I rate it as one of my highest of all time. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why I play damn near every one of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I think they are really going to take it to another direction, especially with the narrative. I think that coupled with some of the gameplay changes to make that game a whole lot smoother, because that's what it really looks like. It could really, again, if it supersedes God of War, the first one, the remake in 2018, it's already a high bar. But I really think that they're going to take it to another place with it, bro. It's going to be crack the rock, baby, crack the rock.
Yeah, I'm very much excited. I can't wait to play it just on, like, I don't even know if I really do anything with it on stream or for content or anything. That might just be a personal.
I'm just playing that.
Time.
Nah, I'm playing that by myself, bro. That's seclusion. I'm sorry.
Maybe a video essay. I might show y'all some gameplay, but I promise you I'm not going to be like, all right, guys, we'll be back next week to play the rest of this game. Like, no, I'm not even. You're crazy.
Nah. Y'all lucky if y'all get that, boy. we'll see at the Game of the Year conversation. We'll talk about it then.
We'll talk about it then.
Yeah, man. But yeah, man. That's all the notes we had on the pod today, bro. I know there was a couple of stories out there floating around. Like, shout out to Splatoon 3 for breaking some sales records. EA and Koei Tecmo are making some type of hunting game, which is crazy. Lost Judgment's now out on PC on Steam, which I'm going to get that. I'm going to buy that right now because Lost Judgment and Judgment are awesome from what I've seen. So I need that. Any closing notes before we get up out of here, Wen?
If you're not too sure about buying a game, wait for it to be on Game Pass, because it feels like every game that you want to buy ends up on. Because I wanted Lost Judgment on PC for so long, and then I was like, fuck it, I'm gonna just bought it, and I bought Lost Judgment full price on PS5,
Oh, yeah.
and now it's on PC, and it's like, great, whatever.
It's fair. It's fair. Definitely should probably, again, heed his advice. But yeah, man, all I want to say is thank y'all so much for just all the support and everything that's going in, man. We want to really try and push the tempo because your boys are definitely locked in for DreamCon again. You know what I'm saying? So we want to get some stuff going, man. We trying to get some stuff really rolling. People noticing the pod by the time we get up out there next year. Check us out. Make sure you check us out all podcast platforms, and you know what I'm saying, rate us 5 stars. You know what I'm saying? Just search No Cooldown in your favorite podcast platform, especially on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, and we will be there. Just search up No Cooldown. Again, rate us 5 stars, share it with a friend, tell a friend to tell a friend to tell a friend, to literally go into your friend's phone and actually do it and plug it in there so they don't have to do it. And then of course check the video version on Wotaku channel and all the great content on Wotaku channel with Wen and Panda. That's WOTAKUCHANNEL. Check out ThatManTripp on all platforms, at No Cooldown Pod on Twitter, and of course All for Growth at All for Growth on Twitter for all the great updating content that we do with the rest of the crew. Again, it's been a really dope episode. Actually, very, very timely. And yeah, man, there's so much stuff to come. These next few weeks are going to be absolutely insane, man. But that's all we got here on episode 39 of No Cooldown Podcast. We love y'all. We thank y'all so much. Make sure you drink y'all waters. Play y'all games, man. You know what I'm saying? Don't nobody tell you different. You know what I'm saying? Because video games are dope. And listen, that's what we do, bro. It's what we do. We talk about these Johns. So I'm gonna sign us off, bro. We up out of here, man. No Cooldown is gone.